Now to our top story this morning. Congress narrowly avoids a Homeland Security shutdown.
They reached a decision just before the midnight deadline, but it's only temporary. CBS 2's Alana Gold joins us now with more on this story. Alana?
Diane, Congress just passed a bill that extends the funding for Homeland Security, but this only lasts a week, and there's a lot at stake across the tri-state area.
As the midnight deadline quickly approached, lawmakers backed a one-week funding measure to avoid a Department of Homeland Security shutdown. But local security experts still have a lot of concerns because it's only temporary.
It will hurt the security and safety of people in the city.
The battle over long-term funding actually stems from immigration. House Republicans are trying to stop federal money from being spent on President Obama's executive order that protects some 4 million illegal immigrants from deportation. So Republicans attached amendments to the Homeland Security budget bill. And as House leaders rushed to get votes to avoid a shutdown Friday afternoon, Mayor Bill de Blasio issued a powerful statement on the issue, saying with the variety of threats to our national security, the need for adequate funding could not be more paramount to our public safety than now. And the NYPD Commissioner Bill Bratton couldn't ignore it either, telling us holding the Department of Homeland Security hostage to politics is irresponsible at best, dangerous at worst.
If the leadership of the United States, its elected officials, can't get their act together, an example of how that can impact on the security of the United States, spending time spinning wheels on issues that are not important to the security of the country.
We spoke with law and police science professor Maki Haberfeld from John Jay. She says the NYPD needs stability when it comes to fighting terrorism.
They're critical, not just right now, they're super critical right now, given the fact that major terrorist organizations around the world call for attacks on malls, attacks on soft targets.
And the NYPD wouldn't just feel the impact with a Homeland Security shutdown. Agencies that protect airports and city transit systems, also potential targets, rely on funding too.
It's not like you can withdraw the fundings today and somehow reinstate the money a couple of days later or a few weeks later and there is no damage to the infrastructure, to the intelligence infrastructure. It's critical that we don't have these lapses. Once we have these lapses, sometimes it's almost impossible to recover from the damage.
So the hope is that lawmakers will secure a long-term solution next week, but at this point it's unclear how they're going to resolve their issues when it comes to funding. Andrea, back to you.